60 Jerome Thompson. I've been a speed cop for 11 years. Each year, many people die in car accidents. Many of them don't obey the laws and drive over the speed limit, putting everyone around them in danger. Good day, sir. How are you?
Good day, I'm blessed.
I'm okay, sir. The reason why you were stopped, you were going at 45 miles per hour and a 30 miles per hour zone. By driving at a safe speed, you have more time to respond and more distance to brake in. Speeding is no joke, and speed limits are imposed for a reason, to keep people safe.
So, why aren't you wearing your seatbelt? And why are you texting and driving? You know the importance of wearing your seatbelt? Your seatbelt will prevent you from being thrown around in the vehicle. It could stop you from hitting the steering wheel, hitting the dashboard, or even hitting the windshield. Seatbelts are very important, and it is dangerous to text and drive. Seatbelt saves lives. We want to encourage you, buckle up and save a life.
You must watch out for pedestrians. I am Police Corporal Trevor Charles Garcia. The safety and convenience of pedestrian travel is important to our quality of life. This pedestrian crossing is designed for pedestrians to cross a road where they can be seen by motorists and where they can cross safely across the flow of traffic. How to use the pedestrian crossing will help keep you safe on the road. The pedestrian crossing are black and white painted lines that are painted on the road surface that is referred to as a zebra crossing. The proper use of using the pedestrian crossing is that you would approach the pedestrian crossing based on the direction the vehicles are coming from. You will look to your right, then to your left, look to your right again, extend your hand to bring the vehicles to a stop, and then you will start to cross the pedestrian crossing as quickly and safely as possible. Bearing in mind, keeping the watch on the vehicles that have come to a stop. Most of these marked pedestrian crossings are often found in school zones, like the one I am standing at by the Yellow Primary School. So slow your speed and give way.
Vehicle accidents are one of the top causes of death here in the Bahamas. Driving safely is not only beneficial to the driver, but also to all other road users. So, we all should and must take extra precautions and follow the rules of the road. Remember, driving is a full-time job. Pay attention.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, stakeholders convening to address economic and environmental challenges at a climate change workshop. And the Grand Bahama Port Authority relaunching its My Grand Bahama customer service training. Plus, a rare bird sighted at a local high school. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Azure Quant. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news amidst escalating concerns over climate change's impact and their ramifications for business sustainability. Stakeholders convening today to address the economic and environmental challenges faced by businesses. The event hosted by UB Ignite to meet a target of International Development Bank. Raven Davis has tonight's top story.
The economic and environmental hazards of operating a business in the Bahamas amidst the backdrop of escalating climate change issues, the key focus of UB Ignite's Climate Assessment Workshop. It's a topical subject gracing local and international media as the event brought together key stakeholders and businesses at Pelican Bay Resort.
We know exactly where we are geographically, and we know that there are many different hazards that can hamper the growth, development, and continuity of a business. And so So the key objective here, by the end of the day, we want every single participant to be able to walk away with that plan, that business continuity plan.
Several presenters utilizing interactive PowerPoint presentations to engage participants.
So we would have started off with our first session looking at the economic climate in the Bahamas, looking at where we are on a world stage in terms of our economy, things that hamper our growth. Then we're going to spend a lot of time looking at the environmental impact. So right now, session 2 is focusing on looking at some of the hazards and dangers that your business may encounter.
And Richie adds the overarching goal is ensuring that businesses thrive while simultaneously prioritizing sustainability. And that is why the critical role of insurance also comes into play, as data revealed that after Dorian and other storms, many businesses were either underinsured or not insured entirely.
I think only 10% of businesses were actually properly insured to continue. Again, when you're putting this business continuity plan together and you're putting your budget together, we have to be mindful of putting in a line item that speaks to disasters.
Vice President of Building and Development Services at GBPA, Nikira Wilchcomb, highlighting strategies for resilience and emphasizing the importance of storm preparedness for post-disaster recovery.
We'll look at the building code, we'll look at things that we have been promoting as it relates to building back better, and so we hope to share that with the business community, even in terms of elevation, looking at where your electrical sockets are, looking at some of the things that you can do to make your building more robust.
Richie says the hope is to foster dialogue and collaboration between government and academia to address climate challenges.
But actually listen to what people find important, and what this country needs is you cannot move away from the fact that climate change is negatively affecting us. So we know that our Prime Minister is talking about that and trying to get some things going, but we need also for any organization that's responsible for helping businesses get off the ground to make sure that they don't make it so difficult.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thank you for that, Raven. Well, the Grand Bahama Port Authority recently relaunching its My Grand Bahama Customer Service Training Campaign at the Sir Charles Hayward Library, focused on equipping frontline workers with the tools for proper customer service. Chief Investment Officer Derek Newbold highlighting the importance of the relaunch.
Given the level of investments that are currently taking place in Freeport, you know, it's extremely important for us to reiterate the importance of good customer service and how it could impact the visitor experience or prospective investor experience, either negatively or positively. We wanted to start in-house first because we felt it was important for us to practice what we preach. And so we're training all of our employees, putting them through this training session first, and then we'll extend the program to the broader business community, all of our licensees and government agencies operating within the city of Freeport.
Passionate about customer service, Program Coordinator Deidre Lundy Rose notes the sessions also focuses on training managers to establish better workflow within various businesses. The sessions are free of charge, and she urges businesses to register once the opportunity becomes available.
Many times we tell them what to do, but we don't give them the tools. So this is a part of us providing the tools, the information, and allowing them to develop the skills that they need in order to become excellent customer service representatives. Our desire is to try to get all of the businesses, so it depends on how many persons are able to register. The businesses, like I said, we're going to have 2 different sessions. We're going to train the managers as well as the frontline staff. I'm just happy and ready to go.
Switching gears now, for one local high school, they are excited to know that they were selected as the nesting grounds by a rare bird known as the burrowing owl. Staff at the 8 Mile Rock High School and the Grand Bahama Island birders tell our Shane Stubbs all about the discovery and the rarity of the bird's appearance in Grand Bahama.
It's quite the rare occurrence and one that has been welcomed by faculty and students at the 8 Mile Rock High School. Discovered earlier this year by Principal Albert Jones, the Athene cunicularia, also known as the burrowing owl, has taken up residence in West Grand Bahama, for the time being, it seems. Since that discovery, the staff wasted no time in protecting the owls, which have been nesting over that period.
I told Miss Williamson, my social studies teacher, I didn't know she was a bird watcher, a part of the bird watching society. She said, where are they? And she was all excited. She said, yeah, they're not normally up in this part of the Bahamas, usually in Inagua. So I said, well, okay, we have to protect these.
Having previously informed the students of the rarity of the birds, social studies teacher and bird watcher Dina Williamson says it was easy for her students to make the connection.
One day, two of the students came and they said, you know, Miss Williamson, that bird that's in your calendar, it's out there on the field. Thank God, because of us educating them on assemblies, they are now aware of the birds that are here, and they're very protective.
Grassy fields and a nice soft sandpit act as magnets for these rare birds to nest, according to Grand Bahama Island Birders President Dolores Kelman.
This is the perfect site for them, and we're just happy that they're here. We're just happy to know that they're here on Grand Bahama Island, here in the rocks, which is created a whole lot of excitement for the students.
According to the GBIB president, the owls are common to Cat Island and Inagua, but quite rare here on Grand Bahama. They also tend to nest in colonies and can live out their time as long as the conditions are favorable. Spotted in parts of America and throughout the Caribbean, this moment makes for a great opportunity to attract bird watchers from all over.
Bird watching is a big hobby these days, and people come looking for target birds. Once birders, especially if they have not seen the species, and something is posted and they know where the bird is, oh yeah, they'll be flocking to, to find the bird.
Well, it will be interesting to see what they name their new buddies, but one thing is for certain, owls are welcome in Blue Jay country. From the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
What a great discovery. Thank you, Shane. Well, the news from police on Bimini. 4 individuals arrested in drug seizures by the Drug Enforcement Unit and the K-9 Unit on Tuesday, March 26, 2024. The arrest was made around 6:40 a.m. Officers executed a search warrant at a residence in Allenstown, where a quantity of suspected marijuana was found on the property. This discovery led to the arrest of a 57-year-old male. The second arrest took place at a different home in Allenstown around 7 a.m. Another search warrant was executed and a quantity of suspected marijuana was seized from the property, resulting in the arrest of a 47-year-old man. It was during the final incident at a home in Buccaneers Point around 10:50 a.m. Officers executed a search warrant and discovered a quantity of suspected marijuana within the premises. This discovery led to the arrest of 2 occupants, a 43-year-old female and a 15-year-old male. The estimated weight and street value of the suspected drugs are currently unknown. The Drug Enforcement Unit will continue to investigate this incident. And when we come back, a local high school selected as a nesting ground by a rare bird. That story, sports and more, when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this process.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Grand Bahama's first big sale of the year is coming this Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It's Dolly Madison's Tour-wide Easter sale, where you'll get a whopping 25% off tour-wide in all departments: houseware, lawn and garden, appliances, the plant nursery, tools, plumbing, electrical, automotive. Yes, it's time for household repairs, renovations, and upgrades, as everything will be discounted 25% off at Dolly Madison's store-wide Easter sale. This Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Friday, March 29th, it goes down. The Pelican Point Coconut Festival Fish Fry and Gospel Jamboree. Enjoy scrumptious Pelican Point cuisine and an afternoon of songs in praise and worship. Come out and hear the spoken word by Pastor Frederick Carey from the Church of God in Hiram. Also live performances by Grand Bahamas Top Praise Team, Bishop Edwin Pinder and Minister Alma Pinder. The Core, The New Direction from Treasure Key, Abaca, the world's famous cooling water, and more. Hosted by St. Matthew's Baptist Church. Friday, March 29th at the Coconut Festival grounds, Pelican Point. Have a good Friday at the Pelican Point Gospel Festival.
This Easter week, head over to Jackie's Bakery on West Atlantic Drive and purchase your hot cross buns this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. No orders necessary. Just visit the bakery in the Teachers and Salaried Workers building on West Atlantic Drive.
Don't miss the 25% off sale going on now on selective items at Pandora in Port Lucaya.
It's Park & Shop's Easter sale, 25% off plus 50% off racks in all departments, excluding red tags and underwear. March 25th through the 30th.
Catch the big Easter sale at Esquire's Men's Freeport going on until March 30th. With 20% off store-wide, save even bigger on clearance items at 75% off. Give them a call today at 352-8816. Happy Easter from Esquire's.
Under the patronage of the National Bishop of the Church of God of Prophecy, Bishop Dr. Franklin and Dr. Rovina Ferguson, the Bahama Brass Band Grand Bahama presents
Hallelujah! What a Savior!
7 p.m. on Saturday, March 30th, 2024 at the Grand Lucayan Hotel with special guests all the way from Jamaica, the Jamaican Royal Police Force Band. Join us as we worship in song on Saturday, March 30th at 7 p.m. at the Grand Lucayan Hotel. You don't want to miss it.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Tonight we feature a young philanthropist whose acts of kindness is inspiring a community. The young student rallying the support of family and friends, all in an effort to help students in need at her school. Raven Davis reports.
11-year-old Rebecca Barnett, a 6th grade student at Morrismore Primary School, is a young girl with a heart of gold and a passion for giving back. The senior prefect donating over 100 books to some 37 fellow students, showcasing a spirit of kindness that belies her young age.
I was inspired to organize it by saying that I heard, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. So I wanted to bring everybody with me so that they could have a great chance to get all of their work done, get good grades, and at least give them the chance to try.
Rebecca's mother, Ratika Barnett, explains that they make it a tradition to give back every year, highlighting that giveaways often overlook textbooks, which are crucial for students.
She was like, Mommy, we need more. We need more, so we just kept reaching out. We had friends, family from away even sent in to try and help, and it was such a blessing to everybody, including us, because we were surprised. We didn't realize that we were able to help so many children in times of need, so we were grateful.
And just when you thought Rebecca's kindness couldn't go further, she did not stop there, also organizing a snack program to address the holistic needs of the children.
A lot of children in the school have snacks, but sometimes they didn't. And Naomi and Curtis Pinder actually helps them a lot.
We reached out to family members, friends, immigration softball team. That's part of my team, and a lot of them gave Naomi and Curtis Pinders actually her family members, and they always support anything that she does.
Principal Rodney Bethel commends her efforts.
As adults, we can learn a lot from what Rebecca has done. You know, the Ministry of Education, we focus on literacy and numeracy, but I think character education is very important, where we teach our students how to be compassionate.
Now, Rebecca's mother is urging the community to keep donating to the school.
We have a music room that needs instruments. We still have children who need books. We have children who need clothes, jackets, school bags. You know, we could use help in all areas if anyone is out there interested and willing. We pray that you come and help us, and thanking you in advance.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Very inspiring. Keep it up, Rebecca. Well, the Zion United Baptist Convention is set to make history as it hosts the 189th General Session in Grand Bahama for the very first time. The Grand Lucine Resort will be filled with over 300 delegates convening on April 1st under the theme, Working Together for Lasting Unity.
This historic gathering marks the first time in its rich and storied history that the convention is meeting outside of New Providence. Scheduled from Monday, April 1st through Friday the 5th, 2024, this momentous occasion will bring together delegates, clergy, and members from the Zion United Baptist churches across the Bahamas and beyond.
On Friday afternoon at noon, there will be a special luncheon dedicated to honoring the past officers and leaders of our convention. And then we have our youth who will be engaged with a youth and children's night on the Friday evening, and it's going to be a youth explosion. And so we're looking forward to all of these special events celebrating the rich heritage of our convention and the contributions that the Zion United Baptist family has contributed to our community.
A special highlight of the event will be the honoring of Pastor Peter Pinder for his outstanding contributions. District superintendents are also making an appeal to the entire Grand Bahama Island to come out and support this historic event.
It feels real good. I was reflecting how the first time I attended a convention, I was 10 years old, so that would have been in 1960. So I'm excited to have been involved in the convention all those years.
Our theme, working together, striving for unity. You notice our name is Zion United. So it says a whole lot about who we are, what we're all about. We're about unity.
Just the fact that our people in the east, on the island, could just jump in a car and drive to convention for the first time. For the first time, it's amazing.
Well, Kadra Nixon, a student at Jack Hayward Junior High School, is reintroducing himself as a newly improved 9th grader. School has not always been easy for the 14-year-old. However, he decided to make a complete transformation. He is tonight's Stellar Student of the North with our Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
14-year-old Kadra Nixon, a student of Jack Hayward Junior High School, found himself in some serious trouble in the early part of junior high. But while facing adversity, the grade 9 student admits that he no longer wanted to be a part of the crowd, adding that transitioning into a role model and someone with integrity was the best decision he ever made.
I have gotten into trouble for making a TikTok inside school. It was a TikTok, we just was goofing around, having fun, and because we was in school in uniform and all that type of stuff, it was we wasn't supposed to be doing TikToks in school. We knew that, but you know, us being kids, we just wanted to seem cool. One of the teachers saw it, and they reported it to the office. That's how the principal ended up finding it out and everything. So our teacher, who was out at the time, she begged for us to do the graduation. We did the graduation, and then coming into grade 7, like I said, I knew a lot of the children inside Jack Hayward Junior. I knew a lot of the kids, so me being a cool child, I still was a little bit of troublesome. But I wasn't the one who really was making the trouble. I just was around the wrong people, you know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to focus more inside school. My parents have gotten more positive comments on me when, you know, the parentals and stuff came. Going into grade 9, like I said, I was under the Onyx, minding being little old Kadra, just minding my business, joking around, until one of the students came and said, Miss Curry's called for me. You know what I'm saying? So when she called for me, she handed me a paper. I was like, one of the papers. She's like, read it. So I came with the class, like, read the paper. And the paper was like, your child, Kadra Nixon, have been selected as Jackie was junior hall morning. And I screamed. Everybody heard me screaming, running down the whole way. So it's like, what happened? What happened? It's like, I was a whole morning. I didn't even know what it meant. I just know I get something and it was good. So I ran down the whole way. I was a whole morning. I was like, what this is? Later that night, I down to my mom. I gave it to her. She see it. She's like, that's good. I was like, so mommy, what does it mean? She's like, that's like a prefix. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh. And then after the installation to get me the pin and all that type of stuff, I was like, yeah, this how I can or now I ain't gonna cut it. Now I have this badge. The principal, the administrators them, and the teachers them could look at me different.
Do you miss the old cadre, or are you enjoying the new cadre? What would you say?
For sure, I'd say I'm enjoying this cadre now, because this cadre is more, I would say, more mature. I was always able to make the change. I just wasn't like really into actually trying to make the change.
Cadre is now preparing to represent the Bahamas in a national golf tournament in the Dominican Republic. As we end this series, we want to give cadre our best wishes. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. See you next week, Wednesday, for our stellar student of the North. And that's a look at stories making news, but don't go away. The latest in sports and your local weather forecast is up next.
Grand Bahama Christian Council presents March to Calvary, Friday, March 29th at 6:30 a.m. For more information, visit Grand Bahama Christian Council Facebook page or phone 533-8860.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Flamingo Air. How may I assist?
To serve as a general boarding call for all passengers checking on Flamingo Air Flight 490 with flight service into Marsh Harbor.
Flamingo Air, committed to safety and service.
Here we go again. It's time for the 24th Annual Pelican Point Coconut Festival. Monday, April 1st from 11 a.m. It kicks off with a day of fun food, coconuts, and culture. Coconut food, gully wash, coconut game, coconut barking contest, lighting of the coconut pole, water sports, live entertainment by the Grand Bahama District Police Pop Band, St. George's Pop Band, and KB. The day will culminate with a Junkanoo Rush Hour by the Platinum Night. This Easter weekend, plan to be in Pelican Point, the home of the Coconut Fest. Monday, April 1st.
Celebrate Easter weekend at Portobello's Restaurant by the Grand Lacayan. Children 5 to 12 years are half price, and children under 5 eat free. Dinner buffet on Good Friday, and all-you-can-eat Easter Sunday brunch. See you there.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It's time now for your Wednesday evening check on sports with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. We have a whole lot of sports for you, beginning with, you got it, golf. The sun was out, and golfers from near and far came out to play in the return of the 10th edition of the Sands Golf Tournament. It was a 9 a.m. shotgun start. Winning the tournament was the duo of Dave Storos-Chuck and Phil Bowe. Casper McPhee and Ted Burrito shot gross 74 for the win. And in the mixed section, it was Glenn Bogues and Sue Urban.
We resumed this tournament after 4 years. And it's so nice to be back. Nice to see all the local people back in the swing of things here at the Reef Golf Course in Freeport.
Lyle Cairns, Donnie Roberts, and Greg Cooper say it was all about having fun.
We played decent. As always, a few putts could have dropped, but it was all fun and games, so, you know, it's what this tournament's all about.
I was happy to get out here. We were a little concerned with the weather because Jimmy is my cousin, so we're family, and it was a beautiful day.
We played pretty good, my partner and I, Lyle. Couldn't ask for much more. The weather was great. The tournament is great, science tournament. It's great to have it back.
Next in sports, the island-wide futsal tournament kicks off tomorrow, March 28th.
Each week it'll be a different location. The first location is where we're at now, the Richard Gator Park. I'm a little biased. This is where I grew up, and so that's why I chose it to be the first location. Really looking forward to community involvement. It's going to be Thursday, so the Thursday just before Good Friday, from 6 p.m. to 8:30. And the other weekends is going to be on Sundays from 3 to 6 p.m. at the various locations. We wanted to be able to do things a bit differently, getting the various communities involved, trying to get teams together from across the island. So far we have a couple of clubs committed. I guess, you know, for future events we'd love to get the corporate support in terms of getting corporate teams to be involved in the tournament as well.
And finally, in sports scores from Night League Basketball, ODS Fisheries defeated Cornet Shipping 76-68 to sweep that series 2-0. Keena Russell and Danash Kelly scored 13 points in the win. Now in Game 2, 2-4-2 Elite came back to win that game 76-70 to tie that series at 1 game apiece. Trinaz Rigby scored 16 points in the win. And that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Thank you, Jay. And here's a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the day is up next.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Under the patronage of the National Bishop of the Church of God of Prophecy, Bishop Dr. Franklin and Dr. Rovina Ferguson, the Bahama Brass Band Grand Bahama presents Hallelujah! What a Savior! 7 p.m. on Saturday, March 30th, 2024 at the Grand Lucayan Hotel with special guests all the way from Jamaica, the Jamaican Royal Police Force Band. Join us as we worship in song on Saturday, March 30th at 7 p.m. at the Grand Lucayan Hotel. You don't want to miss it.
My experience, it started out a bit rocky. They would call us freshers, some of us, because we, have no technical background in IT. But they really laid the foundation down for us, so we were able to learn the very basics first. And then at the end of the course, we were to the level of an associate, so we can actually start working in IT as soon as we exit the program.
One of the experiences I think was unique was the quality of the trainer. Marjorie, to me, and I think the others would share the same experience, is that she's a quality trainer. You leave the course knowing exactly what you need to know to build an application from scratch to finished product. And the foundation that she gives you is really spot on.
We are prime as Bahamians. We are competitive by nature, so I know that we are competitive with sports, with our John Canoe, but we can stand toe-to-toe with the world when it comes to tech as well as we apply ourselves, and I really believe that.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Deborah Boodle, you are our Facebook friend of the day. A happy birthday to you. Thank you always for your support. And that'll do it tonight for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Azure Quant, but don't go away. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, deployment nears for RBDF Marines. SBF awaits Thursday sentencing. Easter travel peak. And in sports, the PM heads to Grenada for Carifta. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. As human suffering in the failed state of Haiti grows in the face of ongoing political unrest, Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marines have been preparing for months now for what RBDF Commodore Raymond King anticipates will be a year-long mission with Marine in groups of 50 gone for 4-month stints. Before that, though, training continues. Cleopatra Murphy speaks with a 29-year veteran of the Defense Force who's gearing up to go.
There's a job to be done, and just get out there and do it. That's what everybody who signs that attestation for the Royal Bahamas Defense Force realizes.
Resolute, Royal Bahamas Defense Force Commander Clinton Johnson is determined to do just that, as one of 150 Defense Force Marines set to deploy as the Bahamas readies to join the international effort to restore order to Haiti, now overrun by gang violence. Ahead of that, though, approximately 60 Marines will depart for training in Jamaica Friday for regional and CARICOM members to sharpen infantry skills and ensure everyone a part of the multinational effort works in one accord.
They have extensive training that'll be going on in peacekeeping operations, also in TIPS where you're trafficking in persons, because even now, not only regionally but internationally, you have a lot of refugees, you have a lot of movement of persons, and as a result of this displacement and a lot of these different things that are happening not only regionally but internationally, a lot of different issues arise.
While some in the public have lamented the Bahamas' planned involvement amid the continued chaos on the ground in Haiti, where the United Nations says gangs now rule more than 80% of the capital of Port-au-Prince and more than 33,000 Haitians have fled in under 2 weeks, Johnson says there will be no ground incursion, but Marines will operate in a maritime role.
When we have patrol craft that go into that area, members from this team will probably, I cannot speak on behalf of the Commodore or the Minister, but I think from what I've gotten from what I've ascertained from it, they would be adding additional persons on the ship in case they need to have, they have any interdictions, and they may need to have extra manpower on board the ships.
Still, he says training has prepared Marines for any eventuality. Additionally, Johnson says RBDF Commodore Raymond King has negotiated further training for those headed to Jamaica to the benefit of the agency.
20 persons from this training will now be split up in between Argentina and Chile to do further training along peacekeeping operations. And these persons, when they go there to receive this training, it won't be just a training package, it'll be a certification. So they'll be trained, they'll actually train the trainers. So when those individuals come back, our capacity once again will increase because you now have the ability that you had an opportunity to sharpen up on your basic skills that you learned prior to going, but as well as you'll be exposed to some different aspects on how to do certain things.
Ahead of that maritime deployment to Haiti, the Defense Force officers will train in Jamaica for 4 weeks. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, as those Defense Force officers head off, the country's senior diplomat in Haiti fully supports their presence there. Captain Godfrey Rolls of The View, Haitians welcome any assistance to restore normalcy. The Chargé d'Affaires spoke exclusively with our Altavis Munnings on the matter. She joins us live in studio with the details. Good evening, Altavis.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. As the international community paves the way for some sense of stability in Haiti, the country's top diplomat there, Captain Godfrey Rolls, fully supports the government's move to join the multinational mission led by Kenya. As a retired Defense Force officer, Captain Rolls commends the Defense Force Commodore and his team for keeping the military organization's commitment to protect our country no matter what. Because, as he puts it, right now, Haiti needs all the help it can get.
Haiti alone, their law enforcement agency, the police, can't do it on their own. As I said before, they've been doing a good job. They've been pushing back against the gang, but they can't do it on their own. That's in my view, they can't. The capability of the Defense Force is in maritime. And so I think their role as a part of any mission ought to be in the maritime part of it, which means that it's, I think, fairly unlikely for a Defense Force officer to actually be stationed in Haiti. That, of course, is a government decision. That, of course, is the leadership of the Defense Force to determine. But I think the role that I understand that we might be playing is the one that we're most capable of doing.
Captain Rolls and his remaining staff members left Haiti via helicopter this past Saturday as the situation in Haiti grows dire day by day. In fact, gunshots, he says, rang out as the group were leaving the island. Representing the Bahamas in Haiti for a decade now, Captain Rolls says he's never been afraid to live there and has seen firsthand the plight of Haitians whom he believes have long been ready to return to a normal life.
But I have found that the politicians in Haiti just can't seem to come to an agreement. You know, to me, it seems that everybody wants to be the chief, and nobody wants to be the Indian. You know, to use an old. Yeah. So until Haitians themselves decide to come together and say, this is our country, we have to come together. I'm not going to get everything that I want. The other person not going to get everything, but there has to be some points of compromise in order to get that country to move ahead.
Captain Rolls confirmed the Haitian embassy is now officially closed. However, closely watching the building are the 7 Haitian staff members, which includes drivers, office workers, and a maintenance crew. The senior Bahamian diplomats of The View, though, that the Bahamas will never cut ties with Haiti because of our strong diplomatic relationship. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings. Back to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Altavis. In other news this evening, disgraced crypto mogul Sam Bankman-Fried will return to a federal court in Manhattan in the United States tomorrow to find out just how much time he will spend behind bars for stealing billions of dollars from FTX customers. His attorneys, though, are seeking to have the roughly 50 years prosecutors are hoping for the 32-year-old American reduced significantly. Another last-ditch effort came this week in the form of letters and statements from SBF's friends friends who argue that the former Albany resident is a vegan who cares for animals, a kind friend, a wonderful person who, if given a lenient sentence, would be an asset to society. Ultimately, they're hoping he'll get a sentence of no more than 6.5 years as a non-violent first-time offender. Judge Lewis Kaplan of the Southern District of New York will have the final say at the sentencing hearing on Thursday. Meantime, a Bahamian running into serious problems over in the United States for his alleged role in a fatal human smuggling operation. The accused, 33-year-old Vandrick Nelson Smith, a.k.a. Muggy and Vance, arrested here in the Bahamas over a month ago.
The indictment charges Smith with participating in 3 human smuggling operations between 2021 and 2022. In each instance, Smith attempted to smuggle migrants by boat from the Bahamas to Florida. As alleged in the indictment, one of these attempts resulted in the tragic deaths of multiple migrants. In one of the trips Smith allegedly helped organize, in 2022, the boat capsized shortly after leaving land after its engine stopped working, resulting in multiple deaths. The U.S. Coast Guard rescued a survivor who was clinging to the vessel's hull more than 2 days later. The Coast Guard also recovered multiple bodies. The Royal Bahamas Police Force arrested Smith at the request of the United States. Now the United States will formally ask the Bahamas to extradite Smith as we seek justice for his victims.
Principal Deputy Assistant Attorney General Nicole Argentieri adding that the charges should act as a warning that human smuggling is not only criminal, but dangerous.
Migrants who work with smugglers could be putting their lives at risk. And smugglers who seek financial gain without regard for the safety of migrants seeking to come to the United States will face the full force of the law.
Back here at home, the 15-year-old boy who allegedly killed his sibling in Eleuthera last week appearing in court on that very charge before Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. According to police, the defendant, whose name is being withheld because he is a minor, was in an argument with his 25-year-old brother around 8 p.m. on March 21st in Upper Bogue. One thing led to another, and the older male was stabbed to death. In court, the accused was told his case would be moved to the Supreme Court via voluntary bill of indictment. After being informed of his right to apply for bail through the higher court, he was sent to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services Juvenile Unit. Levan Johnson represented the accused. Well, we've reported on this before, but authorities are still concerned about how slick marketing may be putting illegal drugs in direct reach of your children. Many products closely resembling popular candies enjoyed by children now contain marijuana and other substances. Police Superintendent Shaquille Riley warning parents that these products are easy to get and could be in their homes already.
We say to the parents, try to know what is in your house, okay? Because sometimes parents are not aware. Like case in point, let me show you the Jolly Rancher gummies. So with the naked eye, okay, it's just gummies. But really, if you take a closer look, you would either see the marijuana plant that's on it or the THC, that is the potency in the marijuana. And so we want them to like check your children's room, check in your house to make sure and see and know what's going on.
Police now intend to get into as many schools as possible in hopes of educating parents, teachers, and the public about this alarming trend. Superintendent Riley spoke to our news team at a recent event at Queens College and says it's very easy to get a hold of these products and even easier to conceal them.
Marijuana is a plant. However, it's taken on a different look to entice children, okay? And so that's why we find that it's important for us to educate them because children like candies. So what better way than drug traffickers and dealers to try to make it enticing? And so we want to educate the public, the parents, the teachers. Everybody needs to know what's happening.
Well, the reason behind his admission undisclosed, but in a brief statement from opposition leader Michael Pintard this afternoon, the Free National Movement confirmed that former cabinet minister Renwood Wells is in the Princess Margaret Hospital recovering comfortably. Pintard says he's asked F&M chairman and noted cardiologist Dr. Dwayne Sands to check in on Wells and offer any aid as required. The F&M leader adding that he's had a chance to speak with Wells, who's in high spirits and looking forward to being back home with his family. Add to that, resuming work. Pintard ends with the assurance that the opposition stands ready to offer any practical assistance where necessary. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Focall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this one, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed, any moment can be a KFC moment.
Tune into the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m. Live on the ZNS TV network from Sandals Royal Bahamian in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, with live performances by Nishi LS, Julian Believe, Wendy 242, Sammy Starr, Patrice Morel, Shine Bahamas, Ilsha, Fan Sean, Judah the Lion, Carrington McKenzie, Alia Coley, Osley and Jadort, Sherwin Gardner, Colin Christopher, Davian Chase, and many more. Hosted by Sherelle Roxy Star Duncombe. That's the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, April 6th, live on the ZNS TV network from Sandals Royal Bahamian.
Join me, Sherelle Roxy Star Duncombe, as I host this year's Elevation Awards. Because I support the culture, and you should too.
Catch the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m., only on ZNS TV 13.
This government strongly believes in and supports community building. Our inner city programs and facilities provide a variety of educational, social, and creative response systems, all in an effort to enroll and allow opportunities for positive engagement. To encourage this, we're committed to providing safe spaces in community centers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kwaku Street Youth and Community Center. The health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. If you want to distract younger persons from getting involved in negative things, crime and violence, etc., you got to keep them positively occupied. Kwaku Street Community Center is the place for you to send your children and your family members. Come and check the place out, man. We want to build the Bahamas and make it a better place.
SHSS Electrical has relocated. You can now find them on Chesapeake Road in the former Minute Muffler building. There, you can pick up square D switches, combos, breakers, and breaker panels, plus all the electrical wires you need. Want meter cans, LED bulbs, and ceiling fans? You can find it all at SHSS Electrical.
Need a DNA test to find out if someone is your father, your child, or your grandparent? Call DNA Direct at 324-0665. Get a DNA test for as low as $450. Now you can prove that you are or are not related to an individual easily. Call DNA Direct 324-0665.
At Audio Plus, you can buy musical equipment like speakers, amps, and mixing boards, plus instruments like drums, horns, and keyboards. No other place in town gives you all the sound equipment you need to get you rocking. And with prices so affordable to all, you'll thank me. Audio Plus, Soldier Road, dial 394-6668.
Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at Agri Expo 2024. It all goes down on April 12th and 13th at Gladstone Road Farmers Market. Bring the whole family for a farmtastic experience. Meet local farmers, artisans, and savor delicious food. From competitions to forums and activities for the kids. There's something for everyone. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just curious about where your food comes from, there's something for everyone at the Agri Expo. It's something you don't want to miss. See you there.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you? We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
Since 1974, the National Insurance Board has been an income replacement safety net.
But to ensure our future remains secure, starting July 1st, 2024, contribution rates will increase and will continue to be shared by employers and employees.
We will be sharing more information in the upcoming months. But for now, get more details on nibrateincrease.com.
Invest in tomorrow today with NIB.
Because together, we can ensure our financial future.
On May 4th and 5th, the sun will shine down on the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Hundreds of the world's best track athletes from more than 40 countries will compete to qualify for their spot at the Paris Olympics.
The Lynden Pinling International Airport bracing for what's expected to be a very busy Easter holiday weekend starting today. The country's main gateway expected to see high traffic volumes all around at both the domestic and international terminals. Vice President of Operations for NAD, Jonathan Hanna, says with parts of the U.S. still under the grip of winter, that's making demand high for travel to warmer destinations like ours.
Traditionally and historically, what we've seen is that the longer winter goes in the United States and Canada, we typically do better as a result because people want to get away from that cold snap. And so as much as we, want it to end for them, we hope it stays a little bit longer so we can see, and welcome a few more visitors. But yes, that has lengthened the period, if you will, where we're welcoming more visitors from those cities and destinations.
Well, a number of tragedies on beaches involving tourists and locals could have been avoided if lifeguards were on hand to intervene. The good news is that several lifeguards are in training and gearing up to be deployed to provide life support on most, if not all, of our popular beaches. But the big question is, will they be ready for the big splash this Easter holiday weekend? Don Davis has all the answers in this next report.
Managing Director of the Public Parks and Beaches Authority, David Berry, says there's currently only about 5 lifeguards employed with the authority, and that's not enough to meet the high demand. Sadly, though, he says there won't be any lifeguards manning our beaches for the Easter holiday.
The pool of lifeguards was essential who we're going to hire from. So this program is essential for us to be able to pull at least about 20 persons. So we're looking to hire in our first phase of our lifeguard program. We expect to expand our lifeguard program from Junkanoo Beach to also Montague Beach, Goodman's Bay, Saunders Beach, and Western Esplanade. We understand that our tourism product is doing exceptionally well. So we want to anticipate the needs of this growth for Bahamians and for tourists.
At the Fox Hill Pool, some 27 lifeguards are serving up quite a splash during training and are eager to get to work. Instructor Lisa Nixon says over the past few days, training has been quite promising.
We have range in age from 16 to 67. We have students, unemployed persons. We have persons that are looking to improve themselves for the jobs that they currently have with some of the excursion tours for the snorkeling. So we've got a lot of really good, diverse people. One of our partners has already indicated that they're looking for as many as 40. That's 40 in the current weeks. I have another partner that's looking for 2 almost immediately. So, I mean, we have a lot of potential. It's a 2-year certification. We have the advanced certification, which are our most advanced swimmers. They can attain up to 300-meter swims. They're the ones that are going to get a full beach experience as far as their surf training. Then we have the shallow lifeguards, which are 0 to 4 feet. They can lifeguard at pools and the beach attendant aspects.
Everybody around the world comes here. So what we could do to better, have lifeguards on our beaches, because at the end of the day, we protect our waters, we protect our people.
When it comes to just observance, being able to see when someone is distressed in the water, being able to see if someone is distressed out of the water, and then of course the action time that it takes to quickly get to that person and then start EMS services.
And while there won't be any lifeguards on duty, beachgoers are being advised to be vigilant and safe while having fun in the sun. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Our Carifta track and field team leaves early tomorrow morning for the championships in Grenada, which start on Saturday. Meantime, Team Bahamas will be the host for this year's Carifta Team Championships, with the opening there set for Good Friday. Well, tonight, Charles Fisher tells us that the teams have the government's full backing.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, pleased with both teams the Bahamas has assembled.
Well, first of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the executive of the Beach Rays and the executive of Bahamas Aquatics Federations for putting together 2 excellent and exciting teams to represent this country in the upcoming Carifta track and field events, which will be held this weekend in Grenada. And of course, we here in the Bahamas will be hosting the Carifta swim competition, where our swim national team is expected to be challenged for their 6th straight record, which we hope that will be successful. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate both federations and all the athletes who are going out there to represent this country. I pray, God, that you go there, just give us your best. And we know that your best will be good enough. And we here at home will be here supporting the Swim Federation and its athletes. And we will be here also supporting our track and field athletes from a distance. So congratulations to all athletes who would have made these teams, and all the best to you in these up-and-coming games.
And with 2 events in 2 different countries, how will he be balancing his schedule?
The Minister of All Sports. And so definitely, I as the host federation, hosting these swimming games is definitely important that I be here because the Prime Minister will be traveling to Grenada along with Leon Lundy. He will be the acting Minister of Sports in my capacity. And so definitely myself and the Deputy Prime Minister be here to hold the fort to represent the swimmers here.
There's just one thing that Sports Minister is asking of Bahamians.
Asking all Bahamians, after you come from your Good Friday church service, We're going to have the opening ceremony at 2 p.m. at the Nassau Cruise Port, and then Saturday competition starts at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. for the first session, and then the evening session starts at 6 p.m. And I know Bahamians would want to know if it's too hot to come out at that time in the evening, but we want to have some nice shaded bleachers prepared for you. So please come out and support the swimmers, as you may be that extra push that they need to make this 6th straight championship as Carifta champions in the Caribbean.
Carifta swimming and track. Wave your flags in support of our junior athletes. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks, Charles. We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, swimming coach Toronto McPhee calling for fan support. We'll tell you all about it just ahead in sports.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
It was a stellar showcase of the islands of the Bahamas at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. The boat show offered an array of profitable opportunities for the tourism industry and provided visitors with the tools needed for an easy cruise to paradise.
Well, the Bahamas has always had a strong presence in Florida, mainly inside the major shows that takes place within Florida. Palm Beach is very near to the islands of Grand Bahama and Abaco, so what we want to do is try to get in touch with those new boaters who's coming to buy boats, and also those returners who's looking to just, look for new places to go and take their boats, and plus the ones that always visit to the Bahamas who just want to re-engage them. Every year we put these flings on just to show the ease and the process of going to the Bahamas. Instead of telling you about it, we show you how to do it. And you're guided by a Ministry of Tourism representative, and it's a part of a government initiative.
The presentation we give today is to try and help new boaters understand how easy it is to get to the Bahamas. So we'll get these guys here and we'll explain to them how close and how simple it is to actually get their boat there. A lot of people, when you tell them we take boats to the Bahamas, they actually wind up kind of get shocked a little bit about it. They're almost impressed by it. But when you finally explain to them a little bit that it's only 60 miles and it really isn't as difficult as it seems, and it's one of the most incredible vacations you can take on a boat, we really get them excited about it. So we get them here, we try and get them signed up to join us on these trips and have a good time out in the Bahamas and show new people a different side of the Bahamas. Yeah, it's really about trying to take some of that intimidation factor out of doing it. A lot of people trying to boat into a different country for the first time can be a little intimidating, and it doesn't need to be. And what we do with this program is we show them that it doesn't need to be intimidating, and we help them through the process. A lot of people rejoin these things, but after they've done one, they know how to do it now, so they're able to do these Bahama trips on their own as well.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
In 2023, over 9 million visitors came to the Bahamas, the region's leading tourism destination. That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Paradise is not only found in Nassau, but throughout our 16 island destinations.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Over 400,000 Bahamians depend on our tourism-driven economy.
That is why tourism is everyone's business.
It's the passing on of our traditions and our cultural heritage to the next generation.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Tourism is everyone's business.
From the straw we plant, to exploring our Bahama blues, to experiencing the greatest show on earth. No matter who you are, we all have a part to play in our tourism industry.
This is our country.
These are our islands.
This is our home.
That's why tourism
is everyone's business.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Allie and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Allie dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
You've set big goals for your future, and we can help you to achieve them. Getting that degree you've always wanted, buying your first car, making it official on a truly special day, or building a home that's your own. Big or small, share your ambitions with us, and we can help make them real.
Tune into the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m. live on the ZNS TV network from Sandals Royal Bahamian in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, with live performances by Nishi LS, Julian Believe, Wendy 242, Sammy Starr, Patrice Morel, Shine Bahamas, Ilsha, Fan Sean, Judah the Lion, Carrington McKenzie, Alia Coley, Oslian Jadort, Sherwin Gardner, Colin Christopher, Davian Chase, and many more. Hosted by Sherelle Roxy Star Duncombe. That's the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, April 6th, live on the ZNS TV network from Sandals Royal Bahamian.
Join me, Sherelle Roxy Star Duncombe, as I host this year's Elevation Awards. Because I support the culture, and you should too.
Catch the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m. only on ZNS TV 13.
Life's twists, turns, and defining moments. RBC is a blend for all of you.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make this moment last forever. Let's start a family together with a house, a car, and kids. Oh, I love the way we live. I got it covered. BAF has got me covered. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. BAF has got you covered.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Here's an energy-efficient business tip brought to you by the Small Business Development Center. In most cases, replacing an all AC unit is cheaper than repairing it. Maximize your minimum SEER of 18 to reduce your business energy consumption between 30 to 50%. To become an energy-efficient business, call the Small Business Development Center at 461-7232 or log on to our website at www.accessaccelerator.org.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The country's economy showing more positive signs that it is growing. Officials today releasing the latest numbers, giving muscle to that argument. And as Corville Pyfrom reports, the country's #1 industry is once again leading the biggest factor in its growth.
According to the 2023 annual estimates, economic activity in the Bahamas increased significantly by 9.2% in nominal terms and by 2.6% in real terms.
Though only modest gains were made in terms of business activity, the figures released Wednesday by the National Statistical Institute show the largest growth in overall economic activity in the country in nearly a decade. The total value of goods and services produced in the Bahamian economy last year estimated at $14.3 billion. Industries accounting for the most substantial increases in 23, leading the way, tourism. Through accommodations and food services, a 26% jump, or an increase of more than $225 million.
This growth is directly connected to the increase in tourism arrivals.
Construction, transportation and storage, as well as arts and household employment also saw growth as well. On the expenditure front, a sizable real growth last year over 2022. Primarily consumption, which grew by almost $261 million, up 8%.
Food and non-alcoholic beverages was responsible for the lion's share of the increased household expenditure, with the rising cost of these expenditures resulting in the gap between nominal and real growth in this grouping.
General government consumption, which includes public administration, public education, and public health, along with compensation of employees, grew by 4% to $87 million.
The increase in compensation of employees included public service-wide promotions and increments for civil servants.
And exports of goods and services, again with tourism leading the way there, grew by $200 million for a 5% increase over 2022.
The tourist arrivals and resulting spending within the economy offset the reduction of exports of goods.
The Institute, formerly the Department of Statistics, revealed the latest figures in a preliminary report at a press conference Wednesday. The full National Accounts 2023 report is scheduled to be released on the government's website at the end of April. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister, the Honourable Jomo Campbell, the recipient of 5 drones that will kickstart a project to train staff to become drone pilots and data analysts. This group will in turn create 3D model to scale of land tracts for farmers and others throughout the country. Dr. Kimberly Baldwin of Marine Spatial Information Solutions claims her project is low cost and low tech, but beneficial to so many users.
It is a 3-month intensive training. The pilots will be working with me 3 days a week, 8 hours a day. This is like 150 hours of in-person training. I'm coming 2 weeks for 8 hours a day, spread apart, so then they have a month to go out. And these units will be working 3 days a week over the course of 2 full months. So this is why we're having this meeting. These officers that are going to be doing the training need to set aside a schedule, because at the end of this, we are going to have a fully functional drone unit here in the Bahamas.
Minister Campbell asserts that with the pace of today's technological advances, the Bahamas cannot afford to be left behind and will pursue avenues to advance food security.
We believe that these drones being donated to us today by the UN FAO will help us to answer some of the big questions and solve some of the challenges we face in growing our own food. As you all have just heard, I'm told that through these drones, a potential farmer can look at new land to develop. He or she, and yes, I did say she, can determine what the land needs before they even put the first shovel in the ground. These drones can assist us in setting the priorities for research and also in how we make the most use of the land that we have.
Well, still to come, our feature, the rake and scrape sounds of Johnny Cake. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates. All right, good to go. These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID, all you really need and more.
March into Super Value and Quality supermarkets today for great savings like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12-ounce, new low price, $2.19. Country Barn Mayonnaise, 30-ounce, $3.75. Mullis Ready Cut Macaroni, 16-ounce, $2.19. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Romaine Hearts, 3-pack, $4.79. Shoppers are marching to save at Super Value and Quality supermarkets.
ESE Distributors, the #1 wholesale beauty supplier in the Bahamas, specializing in hair products, accessories, and makeup. A variety of skin lightening products, Keratin, Natural Bright, Pawpaw, and personal toiletries, like soaps, creams, lotion, and oils. Hair products like Got2b, Red One, and everything in the Morphos line. And lots of hair. Afro Kinky, 3X Ghana, crochet hair. We deliver and ship to the Family Islands. ESE Distributors, located on Soldier Road opposite NCA.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
Cat Island's economy getting a big boost with the start of this weekend's 6th annual Cat Island Fish-Off Tournament. Our Desmond Saunders is there.
I'm Desmond Saunders along with cameraman Stefano Johnson covering the 6th annual Cat Island Fish-Off Tournament here in Smiths Bay, Cat Island. Let me tell you, 7 boats, over 20 anglers will throw their lines in the waters to see who will hurl in the biggest catch. This is a big, big opportunity for many Cat Islanders and a big, big weekend, particularly for Melanie, who's joining me. She's a vendor at this year's tournament. What is this doing for you?
Well, most importantly, it's bringing us together to make some money. This is going to be an awesome weekend. We expect to make a lot of money, like I said. Persons are going to come out and enjoy themselves. They have boats coming in from different islands. We have boats here from Cat Island, and it's really an awesome experience.
Now tell us what's on the plate. Tell us what's on the plate. That's most important. A number of people, yes, it's a big competition, but a lot of people are here to enjoy the rich Bahamian delicacies. What do you have on your plate?
We have conch, we have grouper, shrimp, lobster, you name it from the sea, we have it. But we also have burgers, chicken wings, anything that you could desire for your comfort, we have it.
Thank you. Want to bring in the founder for the Cat Island Fish-Off Tournament, Mr. Nathaniel Gilbert. Let's talk about the economic opportunity.
Well, Desmond, good evening to you. Good evening to your cameraman and everybody. Good evening to the world and the Bahamas. We are looking forward to having an awesome time this 6th annual, and we've been trying to tell people that the empowerment we want to do is we want to empowerment right from the kids to the seniors in the island, and we hope that the country would take pattern and be a part of, because there's there's so many different things we want to do, but we cannot do all of it. The fishermen they does well. They does well. Every day they come in with a catch, they could sell it. Now that has nothing to do with what they're going to win throughout the tournament. I tell them just load the box. Just load the box and bring it in.
Kid Island, known for its rolling hills and rich cultural heritage, fast becoming a fishing mecca. Here at Smiths Bay, covering the 6th annual Kid Island Fish-Off Tournament, Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
Well, thanks, Desmond. It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. We have patchy clouds outside of our studios. Temperature 78 degrees. The relative humidity at 67%. The winds out of the east-southeast at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,015.3 millibars. That is 29.98 inches. And your temperatures around the islands this evening. We have 76 degrees in Marsh, Abaco, Greenfield Key at 78 degrees. Freeport, Grand Bahamas 78. The Berry Islands 80. Alisal, Bimini 77. Over in Harbor Island 73 degrees. Rock, Sandy, Lucha 75, 77 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros, Kemps, Basalt Andros, and Black Point and Exuma at 79 degrees in Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, 73 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, 5 degrees up at 78 degrees, 77 in Ragged Island, Clarence, Sound Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 76. Acklands and Matthewtown and Agua also reporting 76 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 77 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwest and central islands, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Now your high tide, that will take place at 10:16 tonight. For the southeast Bahamas, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. But tomorrow, those winds will be increasing in the northwest Bahamas, becoming south to southwest ahead of an advancing frontal system. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate jump, so caution flags go in place tomorrow for the northwest Bahamas. The high tide will take place at 10:29 in the morning, with the low tide at 4:33 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Thursday, a more southerly flow, 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And as we take you into Friday, for the northwest and central islands, those winds become north to northeast, maintaining that 12 to 18 knot speeds, wave heights unchanged at 3 to 6 feet, and that means the caution flags will continue into Friday for both the northwest and central Bahamas. Now, the high tide, that will take place at 11:15 in the morning, with the low tide at 5:09 in the afternoon. In the southeast Bahamas on Friday, northerly winds 15 to 25 knots, very rough sea conditions, 5 to 8 feet over the ocean, so we will have an advisory in place for boaters in the southeast Bahamas on Friday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
On God, I protect their yard, they hardly feed me. Sometimes I'm so thirsty. They say I ain't got no pedigree. They don't love me, they only know me when they need me. They don't love me, they only know me when they need me.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
March up and down the aisles of super value and quality supermarkets and save. Libby's spaghetti and meatballs, 15 ounce, $1.59. Carnation evaporated milk, 13.9 ounce, 2 for $3. Libby's Vienna sausage, 4.6 ounce, $1.19. Turkey wings, $1.99 per pound. Fresh broccoli, bunch, $3.99. Shoppers are marching to save at super value and quality supermarkets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Swimming starting us off as just days away now from the start of the Carifta Swim Championships. Those will be held at the Betty Kelly Kenning Swim Complex, with Team Bahamas now looking to retain its championship title. Head coach Trevano McPhee talking about fan support.
These are champions, right? Let's create that environment. I've been saying it all week. Let's kind of create that environment where, they could feel, the energy, the love, the cowbells, the drums, let's get the stadium rocking.
And one of our local swim officials getting a huge opportunity this summer. Veteran judge Mansell Roberts getting the word that he will be a sideline judge at the upcoming Paris Olympics. Roberts talking about getting the call.
It's been a journey, and I want to first thank the government for their support and allowing me to have such experience. The Federation has been remarkable. I've taken the opportunity that every time I had an opportunity to participate in a championship, to seek to learn as much as I can. My accomplishment and my work in the region has been recognized, and I am at the world stage now. Indeed humble and privileged for the opportunity.
Our Carifta track and field team, they'll compete in Grenada. B3A's President Jermico Archer says he expects this year's team to surpass last year's performances.
It is one of the largest teams that the country has ever fielded, such that there was no more space on the plane for anybody else. That's a good thing to have, and most of these athletes are already outright qualifiers. So if you thought that we were good last year, I hope that this is a good signal that we will be even better this year.
And to basketball, where star guard A.J. Storr is testing the NBA draft waters. He also hopes to maintain his college eligibility in the process. He announced on Tuesday that he, a 6'7", 205-pound sophomore, will now hope that his Wisconsin Badgers success plays out towards getting him drafted by an NBA squad. The senior men's national basketball team player averaged 16.8 points per game while shooting 43.4% from the field. Speaking of basketball, University of the Bahamas men's basketball team took on the TMT Giants in game one of the best-of-3 playoff series in the New Providence Basketball Association. Early in the game, Mingos held the game close and led actually by 6 points, 18-12 in the first quarter. Giants took advantage of the depleted Mingos and took control in that second half. Never let go. TMT Giants win it 96-62. They take game one of the series.
Two players, Quick Hugh as well as McIntosh, they done for the season with some leg injuries, and as a result of that, we just, we didn't have the bench that we needed in order to stay in the game. So we kept it close as long as we could for the first half. But when we got away and got in foul problems, we had to do some substitution, and it just wasn't there for us tonight.
And that's your check on sports for you here on this Wednesday. Don't forget our Wednesday weather forecast just ahead. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we'll get you started with our forecast map, and we show you that satellite picture showing that frontal system just around the central Florida area, and that continues to move towards the south and east. And it has some thunderstorms embedded in that. Most of that will be affecting the Florida Peninsula later on tonight as it continues that trek towards the south and east. Tonight, we are going in for clear skies, temperature a mild 70 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be breezy in the morning, otherwise pleasant with sunshine and a bit of clouds in the forecast as well. But by late evening, we'll see more clouds working their way into the forecast as that front boundary gets a little closer. And it should go through somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock tomorrow night, and we could have 1 or 2 passing showers during that interval. High temperature tomorrow, 81 degrees. The extended weather forecast shaping up like this. Frontal boundary comes through on Thursday evening. Skies start to clear up again as we head into the weekend with some nice milder temperatures. Those nighttime temperatures, they're going to be pretty nice. In the low 60s right into the early part of next week, and those daytime temperatures, not too bad as well. They're going to be in the upper 70s right into Saturday before we get back into the 80s on Monday of next week. Makeshla.
Well, thanks, Basil. Now, young or old, there's at least one Bahamian song that gets right up there as an all-time favorite. But this next artist or entertainer fell in love with rake and scrape, even though he started out with rap. And he never looked back. Our Jiminy DeSwain chats with Johnny Cake on his recent release and what else is in store.
With a strong rake and scrape feel and sound, Dead Drunks, the latest release from Bahamian entertainer Rio Johnson, or as his followers and fans may have come to know him, Johnny Cake.
It is a song that encapsulates the essence of regatta, Bahamian culture, and partying. Whenever you decide to head to homecoming, whenever you decide to head on the islands, whenever you just feel like going with your family and friends and feeling like having a good time, that song, Dead Drunk, that is definitely what you're going to have when you listen to that song. Okay, was produced by the New Breed Sounds, put out by Keep the Bible Alive Music Group.
And as you might suspect, the song has a particular inspiration.
I'm in the field where I go to a lot of events, a lot of regattas, a lot of parties, and that feeling of, I wouldn't say just getting dead drunk, right? Because that's what a lot of people just say, by dead drunk, whatever the case may be. But that came from me having memories of going to, like I said, the regattas and homecomings with families and friends.
Music nothing new for Johnny Cake, having been around it since a child.
And I took that serious after I realized that I brought so much joy, and people would come to school and look for me and be like, let's sing the song, let's sing the song. And after a while, it just grew into me deciding that I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to create music. I was rapping at first. I did a lot of rap music. Now I'm living the dream that I actually had when I first started. I said, you know what, people are actually liking this music. And I would say, follow your dreams and don't let nobody, no matter at what point in time that you are, tell you that you can't do what you're doing.
The artist urged those who have a love for music to just keep pushing, evolve their music, and build their brand. As for where you can see him next,
well, I'll be at the Best of the Best Rake and Scrape Explosion. That's on May 11th. That's going to be huge. I'll be at Luther Homecoming, Lower Bogue. I'll be down there. That's where a lot of the inspiration came from for a lot of my songs. That's where my family at. So I'm definitely going to be there and have a good time there. I have a new single coming out. It's going to be pretty soon. I can't say exactly when, but it's called Work Boyfriend. Music play. I'm the first one to dance. Sexy gal, come wine on me while my rum in my hand. Rake and Scrape so sweet. Don't think you understand. I go in to mash up the place every time I go by the farm. When Rake and Scrape returns, I can dance, I can sing, I can wave my flag.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jiminy DeSwain.
And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.